Hi and welcome. You're listening to the Fix My Brain podcast with your host, Dr. Todd Turnbull. In this podcast series, we will be reviewing the fixmybrain.org website. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to today's podcast. On the website fixmybrain.org, we open up to the page that says Test My Brain, and then we're going to scroll down to the part that talks about rating your sleep. And we're going to evaluate the insomnia symptoms on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being there's no issues, and a 10, you're having the most severe issues possible. And you can see the cute little picture of the little baby sleeping, and then there's this red with an arrow says rate your insomnia symptoms. If you'll click on that, that opens up. And then what we can look at is we can see drowsy, and you can evaluate how drowsy am I? Is it mild? Is it moderate? Is it really severe? And this is in the past 24 hours. We want to look at where our sleep has been. Difficulty falling asleep. Again, mild, moderate, severe. It's a 4. We can put whatever difficulty staying asleep. You're being interrupted. You might have lights. You might have animals. You might have neighbors. There might be flashing lights outside your windows. If you're staying inside a hotel and you're not familiar, there can be things going on that interrupt your sleep. And then, are you sleeping more than usual? Or are you sleeping less than usual? And again, these might be severe. They might be mild. Again, you can take and in the email box here, you can send an email to yourself, hit the submit box that will go to you. You can send it to your healthcare provider, etc. And then we also have this Insomnia Severity Index. This is an assessment tool with indicators that detect the level of insomnia that you're at. And so if we click on this Harvard study, it'll take you to harvard.edu, and you can see the Insomnia Severity Index form. You can print this out, fill it out, and again, keep that for your records, track your progress, or take a copy to your healthcare provider. And so they're going over the last 2 weeks. How severe are your insomnia problems with difficulty falling asleep, anywhere from a none to mild, moderate, severe, difficulty staying asleep, problems waking up too early. They also ask about how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with your current sleep pattern? Is it very satisfied or is it up to very dissatisfied? How noticeable to others do you think your sleep problem is in terms of impairing the quality of your life? If you find you're driving and you're dozing off and veering off the road, that's very much of a problem, and other people are seeing that. Maybe coworkers are seeing, you look a little tired. Did you get enough sleep last night? And then the next question on here, which is really great, is how worried, distressed, or anxious are you about your current sleep problem? And again, that might be a little, and it might be very much worried. And then to what extent do you consider your sleep problem to interfere with your daily function? In other words, fatigue in the daytime, your mood, are you more irritable because you have less sleep? Is the ability to function at work or doing daily chores, even driving, again, concentration, memory, all of these things. And again, your rating is anywhere from 0, it doesn't interfere at all, or it's interfering very much. And then we can go down and look at the second page, and it has a guideline for scoring and interpretation. And it's asking you to add up the scores for questions 1 through 7 to receive your total score. If you find that your total score is a 0 to 7, that means it's very minimal or none. If, however, your clinical insomnia is a 15 to 21, it's a moderate. And if it's over 22, you have severe clinical insomnia. And so if things are very severe, you may want to consult with a healthcare provider and get more insights into this. One of the things I'm going to encourage you to do is go back to our website. And if you'll go to open the page that says Make My Brain Better, under here you'll see the very first thing that we've got under here, brain recovery, sleep is priority number one. It's the most critical element. And you can see that I've got sleep protocols in here. And if you'll click on this tab, you can go through and see the sleep protocols that I have. I would ask you to start to incorporate these and notice an impact on your sleep. I'm not a big fan of doing drugs and medication to alter your sleep. If you can do it naturally without additional melatonin or other things, that would be great. So I want to thank you for joining me today in looking at sleep and evaluating your sleep. I want you to have the best sleep possible. Sleep is where your brain heals. It's where your body recovers. We need sleep. Ideally, I'd love for you to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Thank you for tuning in and have an awesome day.